Hello and welcome to the game. I'm sorry about earlier, we had a fault in the thing, but my producer said get down to Fulham if you want to fulfill a commentary. So we've made our way down to Fulham. Our technical boys have been at it. Hopefully the stream will stay intact and we can get on with some commentary here. First of two live commentaries. It's not the one we originally planned, but we need to make up for what happened at Wolves earlier. So I felt it was the right thing to do, and to travel down to London for Fulham versus Chelsea, a real London derby. Not on our priority list of games that we had it, but even so, we've got a game here now. Not in a very good mood, as you can imagine, being a Burnley fan. Burnley lost 2-0, and combined with Brighton's result, it hasn't made good reading if you're a Clarets fan, that is for sure. Now, Burnley fans everywhere will be praying that Chelsea can get a result tonight, because if Fulham win tonight, 1 point is between us and Fulham at the bottom end of the table. It's getting a little bit tense out there now, I must admit, and it's getting really, really tough out there. Incidentally, West Brom won their match 3-2. Incidentally, at Molineux, which we would have loved to have brought. Let's hope this one isn't an 0-0, because we want to see if we can get some goals in this game for you. Because of the technical faults, we were cheated out of 5 goals today. But you know what? Let's pick it up and let's just carry on, and hopefully you guys can back me all the way. Don't forget, we've got a nice little game for you tonight between Leicester and Southampton. Both teams going well. Russ is prepping up at the King Power as we speak. 8 o'clock kick-off, and we'll be joining him a bit later on in the piece. And then tomorrow afternoon, the big one from Anfield, 4:20 we start with a 5 p.m. kick-off at Anfield. Trevor will be on the commentary box for that one, so don't forget to join us. Thank you. Hi, Russ. How are you doing? And as I said, I cannot apologise enough for what happened today. It's really, really sad. Anyway, let me just run through the two teams. Araloa in goal, Aina, Anderson, Adebayo are the back three for Fulham. Tete, Bobby Reid, Harrison Reid, Zambo and Robinson are the middle 5. Caballero and Luckman up front. On the bench, Rodak, Hector, Adoy, Cabano, Ream, Bryan, Adona and Kamara. For Chelsea, playing 4-3-3 as they usually do under Frank Lampard. Mendy in goal, back 4 of Azpilicueta, Runninger, Thiago and Ben Chilwell. Kovacic, Jorginho and Mount in the midfield, with Ziyech, Giroud and Pulisic further forward, completing the lineup. As for Chelsea, their substitutes Kepa, Abraham, Werner, Zuma, Hudson-Odoi, Billy Gilmore, the young lad, Kai Havertz and Emerson. So quite a strong bench that Frank Lampard has chosen today. And our referee in charge is Peter Banks. We would have told you where he comes from, but we couldn't find anything there. So Peter Banks is our referee, assisted by Neil Davis and James Mannering. Don't tell him, Pike. Fourth official, Mike Dean. And the fourth BAR referee, Jared Gillett, and Adam Nunn is his assistant down there at Stockley Park. So we're just waiting for the kick-off here. I think both teams will just about be out. They're just coming out now. And we're just waiting to get going here. If Russ could put out a little tweet to say that we're on the air, so we can get more people listening in, that would be fantastic. So Russ can tweet there, and of course we'll try and update things on the commentators website as well. I was due to do Wolves, but we've come down to Fulham now. Hopefully we've got the match for you in a minute. We're just waiting for the start. Should be an absolute classic, these London derbies. Merseyside, that's it. Thank you very much. Peter Banks actually comes from Merseyside. Same parish as Mike Dean, incidentally, who's the fourth official. He comes from Dunwell, actually, Mike Dean. But there we go. So, as I said, I just want to reiterate apologies to anybody that may have been a bit upset that we lost that we lost connections at Wolverhampton, but we've moved everything up. We've moved our equipment down the West Coast main line. We've managed to get installed here at Craven Cottage on temporary commentary scaffolding, because where we're actually sat in what used to be the main stand at Craven Cottage. It's now been rebuilt, so we're on the television gantry as we look. The old stand and the cottage is to my right hand side on the far side of the field, and we're just waiting to get going at the start. And really, the head-to-head records speak for themselves. It's a good record actually for Chelsea. In 28 matches they've won 17. Fulham just a 1 with 10 draws, so there's quite a number of draws here. And I know Burnley fans everywhere will be hoping that Chelsea can get 3 points. They are the favourites, and Russ is ready. Don't forget, tomorrow afternoon, the big one. I'm going to be in the studio. Trevor's going to be at Anfield for us, and what a match that's going to be as well. And I, for one, cannot wait for this encounter. So we're just waiting on the start. And, well, who knows what might happen here. It's going to be an interesting match, that is for sure. And we look forward to bringing this to you live now. We're all set to go. We brought you the teams. Remember, Chelsea lying 10th, really. They need a win tonight to give Frank Lampard. He's been under a little bit of pressure lately, Frank Lampard. How he would give for a win here in this London derby. They're not too far apart, these sides. They're about a mile apart in West London, so it's it's always a competitive derby. That is for sure. Let's hope. Before actually, to be fair, they did put in a fantastic performance against Tottenham on Wednesday night, the game that you heard. And as the teams now come together, there's going to be a minute's silence, I think. We're going to have a minute's silence in honour of some, I think it's to do with a guy called Tosh, I don't know, but he's a Fulham fan of some description. And they're going to have a minute's silence for him now. So we're just going to break off for a little bit of silence, and then we'll be back with a kick-off. Back to your minute silence is for Tosh Chamberlain, a former Fulham player. Nicely observed, and apologies to Tosh's family. I didn't know who he actually was, and then he came up on the mid screen. Then I certainly knew what it was all about. Well, former Fulham player, and served the club very well. He'll be sorely missed, and our families and our thoughts go out to Tosh's family as well. So we're all set to go. Both teams in their traditional colours. Fulham in their yellow and black. Chelsea all in blue. It's going to be an interesting match here down by the riverside. As I say, I'm in a temporary commentary box, not far from in the middle of a rebuilt stand, or a stand that's been rebuilt. And once they've taken the obligatory knee, we will be able to get underway then. A very big London derby for all sorts of reasons. Frank Lampard could do with a win really to keep his job afloat. There's been rumours that Avram Grant in the national press has been touted as the next Chelsea manager, if reports are to believe, by Roman Abramovich. Let's just acquaint you with the teams. Arbeloa in goal for Fulham, and it's a back three of Abadaloda, Henderson and Aina, and then midfielders Robinson, Zambo, Reed and Tete, and then it's Lookman, Caballero and Bobby Reid up front. It looks as if it's going to be 4-3-3, not 3-5-2, as I was originally thought. In goal for Chelsea, it's Mendy in goal for him. Chilwell, Silva, Rudiger and Aspilicueta at the back four, so it is 4-3-3. Mason Mount, Jorginho and Kovacic, the three-man midfield, and up front Pulisic, Giroud and Ziyech out front. No place for Timo Werner or Kai Havertz in the 11. They're on the bench. Peter Banks from Merseyside is our referee, and we've had a minute and 8, and Chelsea have got the first free kick of the game. And what a game it promises to be now. London derby. Remember the big one tomorrow. Remember Jared Gillett is our VAR referee, and he'll be required if there's any big VAR decisions needed today. Just up at Stockley Park, not too far away tonight. I'll be lacking the nice warmth and coziness of the studio tomorrow afternoon for that, bringing you that big game live from Anfield. Trevor's going to be, our friend Trevor will be bringing that to you live. Only his second commentary, he gets a big game. So there we go. Russie's going to be doing the big one. Another big one later on. Very good game in prospect between Leicester City and Southampton. No problem, Sue. Nice to have you with us. Apologies if you missed, if we, as I said, I cannot apologise enough for what happened at Wolves. But only one winning 5 for Chelsea, so, but they've got a very good record. Premier League head-to-heads, as I say, 28 matches. They've won 17. Fulham only the 1. But that was under the guys of Chris Colwood 2006-7, I think, and they won 1-0 here on this very ground. And Chelsea now just getting the ball forward here, and at the moment it's a long ball forward and hooked away there by the Fulham defence. He's had a play on the far side for a throw-in. And first of 3 live commentaries again this week. And we've got Russ coming up on our second show, which will be presented by me here from Craven Cottage. And then tomorrow, the big one, Manchester United away at Liverpool. What a game that promises to be. That's with Trevor. I will be on the air for that one at around about 4:20 tomorrow afternoon, with myself in the studio and Trevor installed in our brilliant commentary position at Anfield, and he'll be all prepped and ready to go. Our Trev, and also gives him a break from editing the Trevor Sports stuff. It was really such a big hit with us last week that we decided to make him a permanent fixture in our team, and he will be a permanent fixture now from now on in, for as long as he wants to be with us. That's fantastic. Anyway, Chelsea have an early corner. Ball back there towards the penalty area, and it was a shot coming in there from Mason Mount, which deflected away, and away it goes by Fulham, and well read in the end by Kovacic as Fulham tried to get the ball forward there. It's a nicely worked corner there, back to Mount just on the edge of the penalty box, struck it right footed, but hits Harrison Reed and sort of broke out. 4 minutes gone 0-0 if you've just joined us. Kovacic and Havertz and Werner are amongst the substitutes. Incidentally, they're not starting. Hello, Ewan. Good to have you with us. I have to say the support for the channel in the last couple of weeks has been magnificent. You guys are going beyond them, going above and beyond for us, and it's great to see. We're only at 30 subscribers away from 800 people, so tell your friends, tell your family if they're not subscribed already. Tell them what a good channel they're missing out on here. JB Sports as well. Don't forget to log into Trevor's channel if you as well, Russ's and Chris's as well. More Raven West stuff for you tomorrow. Here's Chilwell back to Rudiger now back to Mendy inside his 6-yard area. Fulham trying to put the pressure on, and Bobby Reid. And for people who want to try and correct me with Bobby Reid's actual name, we know it's Decacorba Reid, but you try and say that quickly in the radio commentary, so we've shortened the name. I've shortened the name to Bobby Reid for a purpose that Decacorba is very hard to pronounce when you're trying to say it quickly. So Bobby Decacorba Reid will be known in this commentary as Bobby Reid. So as the ball comes forward again, here go Fulham again. Robinson has it on the far side. He was very impressive, I thought, against Tottenham the other night. Made some fantastic runs down the left-hand side and had the freedom of the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium to really do what he could with it. Ball forward again. Nice ball on towards Bobby Reid. Takes it down nicely now on the right-hand side. Good running again this time from Tete. He did remarkably well, I thought, from a mutual point of view the other night. And there's a free kick there on one of the Chelsea lads by Bobby Reid. Free kick to Chelsea. We've had just shy of 6 minutes, and we've had just that one half chance for Mason Mount, which was charged away by Harrison Reed. Apart from that, nothing really else has happened. And Fulham just 4 points behind Burnley at the moment, who lost today, and knowingly not too far away with West Ham. I've said my piece about that on Facebook. Saw the match as we were travelling in on Amazon Prime, and it was an awful Claret's performance, and I'll be touching upon that in a video, in a review video that I'll be doing whilst Russ is commentating. I'll be doing a 20-minute piece to camera to dissect the Claret's performance for myself a little bit later tonight, and that'll be on just after 10 o'clock on JB Sports, and it'll be just a normal upload I should say, and then you guys can have your say in the comments as well once that video's up. So just letting you know, Raven West tomorrow. Here's a chance now for Tete going forward. Real opportunity here for Fulham, and the ball went behind Adam Owen, who had a fantastic run since coming on as a substitute the other night. And it's a shame to see a stadium empty. This really is a good big derby for both sides. So the results as follows. Earlier today in the Black Country Derby, which we were due to do but couldn't for technical reasons, we missed out on our real cracker there. Wolves 2, West Brom 3. Big Sam Allardyce getting 3 points there. 2 penalties. The second one I saw quite clearly a penalty there, and West Brom, I think, just about deserving of the 3 points there this afternoon. They played with fortitude and spirit. Brighton won 1-0 at Leeds. Sorry, Russ. I feel actually quite annoyed because I really wanted Leeds to win that match today, but Brighton took the spoils. The goal coming from Neil Maupay, a player that Burnley should have tried to get but didn't. And as I've just said, Burnley losing 1-0 to a very powder puff West Ham. Antonio with the freedom of the London Stadium to give the Hammers a win. But to be quite honest, Burnley gifted them that win today, and it's very, very frustrating. But anyway, can Chelsea do Burnley a favour here? Shot comes in, and a good one too by Pulisic, who caught it well with his left foot. It may have got a slight deflection as the shot just goes narrowly wide. Giroud holding the ball up very, very well. In fact, it was Giroud with the shot rather than Pulisic. I beg your pardon. It was a good effort from Giroud. Just wide of Areola's post. I don't think it got a nick on that, so I think it's going to be a full goal kick. I think we can tell it's a goal kick by the grimace. No, it must have got a deflection. They've given a corner. Must have been. I didn't see the deflection, but it's 9 minutes gone, and it's a corner kick to Chelsea. Floated in from the left-hand side, and the inside as we look. Picked up again this time by the ball played in there by Kovacic, but the ball is crossed in, and it's a ball one towards Giroud, and it's wide. And a goal kick it is to Fulham. So a little bit of respite there for the Fulham defence. Coming up to 10 minutes play here at the Cottage, Craven Cottage that is. Live commentary of this Premier League encounter between Fulham and Chelsea live here. Just having a shot there of young Billy Gilmore. Pressing that cup title victory over Liverpool last year. Had a good game in that 5th round game, you may remember, when Chelsea beat Liverpool by 2-0. And Kai Havertz is there as well. It hasn't really worked out for the guys, the 2 new signings, although Werner got a 2 or 3 against Morecambe last week in the FA Cup. Anyway, back to the game here, and it's Lookman. Just nearly played it behind Robinson, and Lookman's got the ball back. And the ball lifted in there by Zambo. Over to the far side, don't remind me. Anyway, the ball is now with number 34, Aina, now Anderson, then Adebayo. Adebayo now running towards halfway. Picks out Robinson again on the far side. He's had a super match at Tottenham, as I was saying. Here come, oh dear. I think there might have been a little bit of a push there on Pulisic, was it? Anyway, it's a free kick anyhow. Well, Chelsea as Rudiger has possession. And it's now Chilwell, the former Leicester City man. Back to Rudiger once again. 11 gone. Still Fulham 0, Chelsea 0. Let's hope for some goals here tonight. Ball lifted into the penalty area. And Chelsea player going down, but no great appeals for a penalty there. It was never a penalty in any case, but just fell over really. Here's Pulisic now for Chelsea. And back inside again. Jorginho has possession on halfway inside the centre circle. Plays a 1-2 over the halfway line. Still inside the centre circle. Played out to the left hand side in Kovacic. Back in field once again on halfway. Still 0-0. Of course, keep your comments clean and keep them good. And the ball now will be played into the penalty area. I have to say there'll be two separate programmes tonight. There's this one. Once we're finished here, we'll have half hour's break as the crosses come in there. And a chance on the volley there for Ben Chilwell on the left foot. Goes into the stand behind Araloa's goal away to my left, and a goal kick to Fulham. So we'll be, and in fact the flag has gone up as well for an offside decision. Also, so there'll be a new live stream for the second match tonight, as we've got sort of a 45-minute interval between games, and then we're going to get Russ on and all that jazz. So there we go. Flame Sports is on. Hello, Flame. Hi, JB. Good evening to you. Nice to have you with us, Flame. Nice to have you with us. 0-0 is the score. And in case you just joined us, we've had a couple of hard chances there. For Chelsea, Mount has had a chance, and Giroud's come close. Fulham have looked pretty good in attack themselves, but haven't really tested Mendy as yet. So it's been just about, I think, in the opening 13 minutes, I think Chelsea have just about shedded it, but Fulham are not too far behind in terms of work rate and effort and dedication and all that jazz. It's going to be a very competitive game. There's no doubt about it. It's going to be a very competitive derby. Ball played back to Mendy now. Chelsea have possession. Mendy kicks it towards halfway. Harrison Reed wins it on halfway, but gives it straight to Jorginho inside his own half, or midway inside his own half. The ball's gone for a Chelsea throw-in. Ziyech will take that throw, and then was dispossessed rather. Well, Chelsea were dispossessed rather cheaply there, I thought. And Fulham might just get something going here with Tete on the right hand side, I should say. It goes back to Anderson. Still 0-0 here if you've just joined us. West London derby. This is to make up for the fact that we lost signal from Wolverhampton, so we decided to cover Fulham here at Chelsea instead, as sort of a peace offering, a sort of a make-up really, because we never want to let the listeners down or the subscribers down. We make it because you guys enjoy it, and if you didn't enjoy it, we wouldn't make it, or we wouldn't do it. So it's called dedication to the YouTube cause. Anyway, here's Bobby Reed running at all comers here, as well as Antonio Rudiger. Back to Tete. Thank you very much, Ayatollah. Nice to have you with us. Okay, thank you, Sue. Enjoy your tea. Yeah, I don't know where I'm getting this bright mood from, because I'm sure I'm disgusted with my team's performance. Ayatollah, we lost 1-0, as you know, to West Ham. Mikel Antonio with one of the cheapest goals you'll ever likely to see, gifted by a Burnley side who really, I think we were really shafted really by Fulham a couple of weeks ago. I felt they should have played that game, to be quite honest, but hey, what do I know? So 0-0 in this West London derby, just a mile or two separating these two sides. It's very close, and everyone's enjoying what we're seeing, what we're hearing at the moment. We're not hearing any goals yet. We want to bring you goals. We're specialists at bringing you goals. We've only brought you 1-0 all season. That was that dire game at the Amex between Brighton and Burnley, which was so uninspiring. Ball played in. We don't bring you many 0-0s. We usually judge games pretty well on their merits. Anyway, here's Chilwell. Oh dear me, that was poor. That was poor from Pulisic, really, from his high standards. Signed for Chelsea long before they had that embargo a couple of summers ago. And Russ has kindly left us that tweet. I've just seen that tweet now. So a big thank you to Russ for that. He'll be with you we'll be bringing. He's already at Leicester City, preparing to put his last touches before bringing you commentary on the Leicester City Southampton game later on. And a good ball in there. Chances here for Fulham. Shot comes in from Sambo, and then the shot comes in again. And oh my word! Chelsea at 6s and 7s, and Fulham just couldn't finish the job off. Well, I'd like to have been about 7 or 8 points above relegation, to be honest with you, Ayatollah. Looking at that, I mean, we should have got something from Manchester United on Tuesday. VAR robbed us of that opportunity. On 2 counts, Shaw should have been sent off, and clear handball by Maguire. And today we just didn't lack any. We just lacked a real spirit, real punch, and the players didn't look as if they wanted to be there. If I'm being perfectly honest, it was a terrible performance. Although I feel perhaps VAR should have intervened and sent Craig Dawson off for a clear elbow on Chris Wood, but I'm afraid Wood has been very, very pathetic. Had another bad game today. And when you've got strikers that have played between them 50 Premier League games and they've only mustered something in the region of 6 goals, it's a stat that is hard to bear if you're any claret listening in. But let's hope things can change pretty soon. We need a good performance. Incidentally, Burnley are playing Fulham here in the Cup next weekend. Here's a chance now for Ziyech. Good control by Ziyech. He's done really well. Finds Chilwell on the left-hand side. Edge of the Fulham penalty area. Ziyech again. Good cross into the penalty area. Comes out as far as Mount. Mount, good control. And just asked a little bit there. And he's found Ziyech again. And Chilwell back to Ziyech. Still 0-0 if you've just joined us. Saturday night football down by the River Thames. Fulham 0, Chelsea 0. Premier League football coming to you live here. And here goes Caballero to Zambo. Zambo's crossing there. Caballero, good turn there. Did he use his hand? Oh, he took too long there when he was trying to get his shot off. He turned nicely there. There's half a claim maybe for a handball, which would have been very harsh against the Fulham player, to be fair. And in the end, it came away once more, and Chelsea were lucky to get it away. Here's Bobby Reid on the ball now, as he keeps possession there, and Zambo again. I'll tell you what, Fulham are really giving it a good go tonight. Here's Bobby Reid trying to flick the ball forward, but that's going to run out of play, or it's going to be kept in play, in fact, by the Chelsea players. Just having a sip of tea. It's absolutely freezing cold here this evening. Got the thermals on, got all sorts on. Here's Jorginho to Rudiger. Rudiger now back to Thiago Silva, the former PSG skipper. And now the ball is with Jorginho. Asperqueta is the skipper, incidentally, tonight. He's the club captain, the regular club captain, or the main club captain, although we've seen Thiago captaining the side on numerous occasions under Frank Lampard. Here is the actual Chelsea captain, Cesar Asperqueta. Here he is again. Asperqueta now to Rudiger. Rudiger on to Kovacic. Kovacic now checking, looking for support. Has to go backwards to halfway. Still 0-0 is the score. Chelsea now starting to have a bit of possession. A good pressure with the ball now. Good ball retention, but Fulham have brought practically all 11 men behind the ball at the moment, and that's making it very hard for Chelsea to break through as Thiago takes possession. Still 0-0. Ball's been kept in on the far side. Thiago has it again on halfway, just to the right of the centre circle. Now it's inside the centre circle, just to the left a little bit there to Rudiger. Then he goes towards the right hand side of the centre circle. They're trying to play through the lines on and through the central channels. And here's Mount, edge of the area. Mason Mount going close, but the ball is now laid out. And Chilwell trying the shot, gets a deflection. It might fall for Pulisic on the far side, and good defending there by Tete. I just wonder if that's a throw-in or a corner. Yeah, it looks like the latter rather than the former. It's a throw-in. We're past the 20th minute mark at the Cottage. We're setting a gantry that's which is sort of moulded into a sort of a building site. They're building a brand new stand here at Fulham. So the ball is hoisted high into the penalty area, but well taken by Araloa. And here goes Zambo again on the break. Zambo turning his man nicely there, and halfway did really well, but Asperqueta stuck to him like super glue and got him out there. And in fact it was Luckman, sorry, I beg your pardon. Don't forget, we'll have another live stream for you tonight from 10 to 8, where we'll be at Leicester for Leicester versus Southampton, the KP Stadium. And then tomorrow from Anfield, 4:20, with Trevor at Anfield. He'll be doing your match commentary after his great debut at the Emirates last week. We are bringing him back on a weekly basis to help out in our commentary team, and he'll be in our commentary team for the European Championships as well. And we're happy to have him with us. Just giving him a bit of a break from Trevor sports duties to fulfil some duties for us. Meanwhile, back in the real world, we've got a free kick to Chelsea midway inside the Fulham half, and it was clear foul there on Mason Mount. Well, we did back-to-back games last weekend. We had Trevor at Arsenal. We had Russ at Old Trafford, which we just about joined in time for the United's winning goal against Watford in the FA Cup. And then I brought you Marine Tottenham. So and then we brought you a midweek match. So we're bringing you something like 7 matches inside a week, which is very good for us. Anyway, Ziyech with a shot, left-footed, but it's well saved in the end, diving away to his left by Araloa. I love the Australian sense of humour, actually. A ripper. I love it. And meanwhile, the cricket season will be well and truly underway over in Oz, as the ball is played out towards the far side. I believe they're allowing fans in now to some of the test matches. They've got a test match going on at the moment against India. I'm sure Ayatollah might just give us the latest test match score from Aussie. That'd be nice. Get the latest Australian test match score. Well, I know they're not playing until about 10 o'clock tonight, but I think they're at the MCG, I think, for that 4th test. I might be wrong. I think it's the SGG that the Boxing Day test takes place on or something, but I don't know. But anyway, back to the football. We'll be bringing you some virtual cricket this year on JB Sports. We're going to have some real cricket. I'm going to have sort of a one-day series with England in Australia, and then back to England, where we'll have Australia again. We like a bit of England Australia on this channel. Plus we'll have NatWest Trophy and 2020 Blast matches, but the highlights are going to be significantly extended. So we're going to have 2-hour highlights programs for all the facets of the game that we'll be doing. The one-day game that we'll be doing this year. Instead of half an hour highlights, we'll be doing 1 hour for one innings, and then another live premiere for the second stream of the innings. So an hour long episode each as the ball is played in. Comes here now to Chilwell. Chilwell now checks, gets the ball across the penalty area, comes out, and the chance there, and it's off the crossbar. I think from Mount. Hits the shot right-footed, and it's ripped right off the middle of the crossbar, and it's bounced away. And Chelsea should be in front by now, but at the moment, Fulham I'm not sure about force, but the force is with them at the moment, and they're hanging on in there. 0-0 at the Cottage. Fulham 0, Chelsea 0. Scott Parker's side an inch or two away from going a goal down. Kovacic has possession deep inside Fulham territory. Here's Mason Mount again, right hand side. That's Workwetter on the overlap. Back inside to Mount. Turns nicely. Mount now gets the crossing in. Deflects for a corner. We'll bring you that. We'll bring you that latest look at that. That's proper Australian scoring. That. Oh, as we see that effort from Mount. Smash off the bar here. Good first touch. Hits it through with the right foot. Gets a deflection, in fact, and bang off the crossbar. Well, he can count himself a bit unfortunate. We'll bring you that test match score in a second. Here comes the corner into the penalty area. Header one and another good save from Araroa. Runninger got the header in just to the left of the penalty spot. And it was a free header as well. He's got in between two static Fulham defenders. I'm not certain if this was going in. But Araroa couldn't take that chance. I think it might have been sneaking inside that left-hand post. Now a Chelsea corner. They're asking a lot of questions. In it goes again towards the penalty area, but this time Fulham getting only half away. Mount picks the ball up on the right. Really, Chelsea asking a lot of questions. Ball now played towards Ziyech, who took the original corner. Ziyech's cross is turned away once again, and it's been kept in play. We will come to that test match score in a second. And there we go. And now Fulham have a chance to break with Bobby Reid. Bobby Reid now running at Rudiger. Has to go in field. And referee gives a free kick to Fulham. Right, Australia and India now 1-1 after 3 tests. End of day 2. It's actually at the Gabba. Australia 369 and India are 2 for 70 at stumps, so that's 70 for 2 in English money at the end of day 2. Ayatollah says, Karen, Aussie's back for 2 cricket teams, Australia and anyone playing England. It's nice to see the England and Australia banter going even into football. Nick Caton's on high. Sorry about earlier, Nick Caton. We lost stream, but a great win for your dad's team now today. But nice to have you with us as usual. 0-0 is the score here, but Chelsea have hit the bar. Kovacic now to Pulisic. And Pulisic running towards the penalty area, darting in from the left-hand channel, and Fulham they just booted out and nearly hit me in the commentary box. I had to duck then, quite literally. The ball just missed my headphones by about 2 centimetres. Anyway, 0-0. Ball back in play on halfway, and it's Jorginho to Kovacic. Kovacic now. Chelsea certainly having the last 5 minutes have certainly been Chelsea's. Fulham 0, Chelsea 0 is the scoreline. So just to remember, we've got another live stream for you tonight. It's going to come from the King Power Stadium. Russ Vernon is there for us tonight. And I'll be presenting right here from Craven Cottage. As the ball played into the penalty area, missed there by the defence, and the goalkeeper only half parried it, almost parried it into a dangerous path there, and real danger there for the defence, because that looked very much a dodgy moment there. Crossing there, and the goalkeeper struggling there, flaps at it. And Fulham just making 1 or 2 elementary mistakes at the moment, but well, they're still shining and they're still level. And we're still at 0-0 as the boys thrown back in again. Reek tumbles in there once again. And Anderson is down hurt as well. Oh, yeah, I know. We won the World Cup couple of years ago, didn't we? But what a day that was. Oh, for every English fan, every English cricket fan, I was there 10 to about 8 o'clock that night on that July day. That was one of the greatest moments in watching cricket in many, many years. I would say that was better than winning any Ashes series, although to win the Ashes is quite spectacular itself. Still 0-0 if you've just joined us, but Mount has hit the bar, and that's the least we've come there. Good win there for West Brom. Disappointing day for Burnley. Really not good enough against a poor West Ham side, which we should have done an awful lot better, if truth be told. But at the moment, it's still 0-0, and I think we've got a decent game on our hands here. I would have thought. But let's just hope that we see again. as the ball is with Fulham now, 0-0. As the ball is now kept in there by Aina. Well, we've had half an hour and well, you say that, but we did win in 2003, new kids, and I know you weren't born then, but we did beat the Aussies in their backyard, 2003. Johnny Wilkinson and all that. What a great moment. That was the best thing ever supporting an English team at that time until last year's World Cup final. I've never seen England win the... with all three English teams from three primary sports, rugby, cricket and football, have all won the World Cup at least once. Here's Chilwell now. Sorry, I couldn't resist that. As the ball is played across there. Good banter between our Australian friends and ourselves. It's really good to see. Yes, quite Alatola. Well, it was a good drop kick though. You've got to give him credit for that. Come on, let it go. Let it go. It's been nearly 20 years since. 18 years since that happened. Oh my word. Didn't time pass. Anyway, back with Chelsea now, and it's play on, and Pulisic now trying the shot, and it's just wide with the right hand side, well, with the right foot I should say, past the left hand post, and a goal kick, and no damage done to the Fulham goal at the moment. Don't forget, folks, we'll be going off the air we'll be turning the mic off for about 10 minutes. Come on, it's 20 years. You've probably won another World Cup since. You win a lot of anyway. And just remember, Ayatollah, you've won so many Ashes series. You've won. Just remember all those 5-0 freshens you've been giving England recently in the Ashes over in Aussie. I think you've probably got over it by now in different sports. I think cricket's your main sport anyway. Football's becoming a little bit big over in Aussie now these days as Areola kicks the ball away and Chilwell takes possession, looks the ball forward, and yeah, New Zealand has a really good... It's a travesty that New Zealand haven't won more World Cups than they already had. You consider the quality of players they got. Of course, the late great John Alumu being one, and he was a real outhouse, and on his day he was unplayable. And it's sad. It was sad to see him pass away a few years ago at a very young age of 40 odd. No age for anybody to pass away, even a legend, a true rugby legend or sporting legend like John Alumu, to pass away. And you know, it's a shame. He's a real loss to the world. Anyway, back to the football, and Scott Parker's team holding in there against Chelsea, but they've had their crossbar hit. I'll be a little bit worried there for Scott. Knows that he got a crucial point against Tottenham the other night. That was an important point for them, because if they'd have lost that would have been a very difficult one. But they could go about 2 points behind Burnley, and I'm sitting here freezing and hoping that is not the case tonight. But but that will not ruin the commentary for you. I'll try to be as unbiased as I can. But from a Burnley's perspective, Chelsea win would be lovely. Might just cheer one up a little bit. Nothing against Fulham. It's just that they're in the battle with us. And I still believe that they should never have had that game at Turf Moor called off, because we were in a good row as well. We'd won a few games as well, and it would have been nice to play them at that time, but it is as it is. Here's Mount now. He's got Pulisic away on the left hand side. Pulisic now running in his man. Here comes Chilwell. Chilwell's cross off the defender for a corner. Good running down the left from Chilwell. He certainly looks up for it tonight, Ben Chilwell. Nothing wrong with that run at all. It was a good bit of play. Nice bit of build-up play, and really Fulham at 6s and 7s at the back there, but that said, it is a corner coming up towards the final 10 minutes of the first period, and it's 0-0 if you've just joined us here on JB Sports. Corner for Chelsea. Ball played into the penalty area, and it goes, and the heads are up, and it's a little bit of a goal mouth scramble, and then the Areola has got there as well. We've softened India up for you when you're told there next month they have injuries. Yeah, be all those quick bounces you've been bowling down there. Fun fact, a new catering fun fact: the last time Atletico Madrid won the league was on May the 17th, 2014. That's the Spanish La Liga. He says, but we knew what it was. We specialise in sports, so we know exactly what you were talking about, new catering. So don't you worry. Right, we're inside the last 10 minutes here at the Cottage, and it's 0-0 between Fulham and Chelsea, but Chelsea have hit the bar, and so far really Fulham haven't done enough, in my opinion, to test Mendy in the opposite goal. Chelsea are defending the goal to my right and Fulham the goal to my left in the first half, as Rudiger gets possession, finds Chilwell, left hand side, Chilwell back inside once more, and a bit of a late challenge there by Jorginho, picked up very well there by referee Peter Banks of Merseyside, and a free kick it is there. A foul on Bobby Reid, and a free kick it is to Fulham, still inside their own half. 36.5 minutes have now elapsed as we speak, and no goals, but the commentary's been very exciting. Don't forget, we've got plenty more action, commentating, commentary stream, and action to come from the Premier League once again. 8 o'clock, 10 to 8 start for our second live stream of the evening. That'll be not Manchester United, that's tomorrow, but what we talk about tonight, we've got Leicester City at home to Southampton. Russ Verdin is waiting for us in the gantry for that one, and I'll be hosting here at the Cottage, and then tomorrow I'll be in the warm and coziness of our studios in Lancashire as we bring you live commentary of the game at Anfield. Trevor will be heading up there tomorrow morning for JB Sports, and Trevor will be bringing you commentary. 4:20 we're on the air tomorrow afternoon, and what a match that could well prove to be. That will affect both the top and the bottom. Not the top of the bottom, the top of the Premier League table. United 3 points ahead at the start, and I'll be introducing from our studios here in Lancashire, and then we'll be crossing to Merseyside around about 4:25 tomorrow afternoon to join Trevor well in time for kick-off. Anyway, here come Fulham now. I don't have league tables in front of me, but I'll check that out tomorrow. But anyway, here's Bobby Reid with a cross and a corner kick to Fulham. Off Rudiger. Good run down the right by Bobby Reid, and well, let's see what Fulham can do. Frank Lampard needs a win tonight. There's been talk in the media this week, and certainly here in England, that former Chelsea manager Avram Grant could be replacing Lampard. How true it is, it's tabloid speculation, and we all know what speculation is all about. Fulham's first quarter of the game, and it's going to be Harrison Reed who's going to take it down at the right hand side. Big moments these in the game. Can Fulham get the breakthrough? Reed with the corner. That didn't look in the corner quadrant to me, or on the corner quadrant. It wasn't a particularly good corner. Comes out to the edge of the area, chipped in there towards Lookman, who tries an audacious shot from an acute angle with his right foot, and it's a goal kick. And still remains Fulham 0, Chelsea 0 as we come to the 39th minute of the match. There's quite a number of pressmen over on the far side, one or two club officials. It's a shame that we haven't got any crowds at all, because this would have been a real humdinger of a derby with a crowd in. All we have is banners protecting the seat, and it's just sort of tarpaulin banners, really, made of tarpaulin. It just doesn't look. I just feel as if football's lost its spark a little bit without the crowd. But on Trevor Sports, we have the crowd for you. We've got a special edition of the FA Cup match of the day to bring you on Friday night. Friday night's always virtual football night on Trevor Sports, and I'll be commentating on one of the ties for the virtual FA Cup, and we're looking forward to that. I'm sure you guys will be enjoying that one as well. Now, of course, in real life next week we'll have 3 of the outstanding FA Cup ties as well. We've got Man United Liverpool to come at 5 o'clock next Sunday afternoon. Not this Sunday, but next Sunday. That's going to be at Old Trafford. And what a game that promises to be. And we'll have 2 other live matches for you as well to come. Meanwhile, here in the Premier League, there's a chance for Fulham. Oh, what a chance for Caballero. He must have been about 7 yards out, scuffed it right-footed, and scuffed it over the crossbar. What an opportunity. And it's the best move that Fulham have played in the first half. Lovely run down the left-hand channel. Good ball in there. And you've got to say, good ball in there. And, oh, and look at that. It was laid in there on a plate. And, oh, Caballero, who scored the equaliser at Tottenham the other night, couldn't finish the job there, and that is Fulham's best chance. 4 minutes of the first half remaining here at the Craven Cottage, and well, that's football for you. We'll come to another one of these fun facts of Newcastle in just a second or two. Our Spanish team Sevilla have won the Europa League 6 times. It means they have the current. They are currently the most. They've won the Europa League the most times. I think that's in the Europa League coronation. I don't think that includes UEFA Cup. It used to be known as the UEFA Cup, didn't it, before that, and the Fairs Cup before that, when they started European competition way back in the mid 1950s. But anyway, history lesson over. Back to the future and the present. And here's Harrison Reed on the ball now, midway, just inside the Chelsea half for Fulham. And now Lookman looking to get Robinson in behind on the left-hand side. Robinson's cross. In there again. Caballero again with a header, but this time wide of the left-hand post and behind for a goal kick with 3 minutes of the first half plus stoppage time to go here at the Cottage. And of course, for all 3 live matches this weekend, we'll have you'll all get a chance to vote for the man of the match in the second half of each of those. And I'll tell you again how to vote in the second half. Around about the 50th minute mark, and then we'll open the votes at 60 minutes. And you've got half an hour to get your thinking caps on, and the player who gets the most votes obviously wins. Anyway, here goes Samuel towards the edge of the area, finds Tete. Tete chips it in there towards the area, but it's too close to Mendy. Cross came in from the right-hand channel, and it was meat and drink to Mendy, but a good run there by Ogasina. But we've got Zambo on our team sheet, so we're going to call him Zambo. It's my channel. If his name appears on our team sheets, that's good enough for me. Don't forget, tomorrow night, as well as the football, we'll bring you tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening. It's Formula 1 night on Chris Whiteman's channel, because CW will be bringing you the latest round in the Raven West series. I think it's episode 6 or 7. But one thing's for certain, we're going to be in France at the Paul Ricard circuit as Raven West go in the hunt for more virtual F1 points as they take on the might of Ferrari and Mercedes in their version of the French Grand Prix. It'll be on around about 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock tomorrow night, barring copyright strikes and stuff here, only on CW's channel, and what a series it has proved to be. Very enjoyable. Give it a watch on CW's channel. Meanwhile, back here, there's a red card. You can go in. Red card. I think it's Robinson who's been sent off. I think Robinson, has gone. Robinson. Well, Peter Banks has sent him off. There will be a VAR investigating. Scott Parker knows that this is a very big moment in their season. But it looks as if Robinson there has gone very hard on Cesar Azpilicueta. I haven't seen a replay of this. It might be. Let's have a look. Robinson. Oh, my goodness me. That, I'm afraid, is indefensible. Look, he's got both feet there. Studs are showing. And I have to say, Robinson, who was so impressive, incidentally, the other night at Tottenham, well, I'm afraid he can't be excused here. Obviously, VAR, I'm sure Jared Gillett will check it. He hasn't gone yet. He's still on the field of play, but there's no way. I don't think there was any doubt that the decision was never going to be overturned. I don't think there was much doubt about that. And Robinson makes the walk of shame. It's a short walk of shame, and, well, He played so well, Anthony Robinson, the other night. He really did against Tottenham and really impressed me. Sadly tonight, he hasn't been in the game at all, and then he's going to do a stupid thing like that. And he'll be kicking himself for that, quite frankly. And Fulham's task now. And it was just at the time when they were getting into the game as well. So that'll be an annoyance for Scott Parker. There's a minute of stoppage time, but every time I see it, I mean, that could have broken. I'm sorry, but he really... I don't think the referee had much choice. I thought it was a correct decision from Peter Banks. Looking at it from 2 or 3 different camera angles, I don't think there's any defence for Robinson whatsoever. He plays so well at Tottenham, and now I'm afraid he's blotted his copybook with that horrible challenge, and I think he should be very fortunate that he didn't seriously injure Cesar Azpilicueta, because that looked a horror challenge. Studs showing, both feet off the ground, and there was no defence for Robinson there, I'm afraid. Well, anyway, we've had one added minute, but I think they'll be playing a little bit of time added on for the treatment that Azpilicueta got. So I'll probably play play an extra minute on top of the one that was already put up by Mike Dean, the fourth official, but I don't think there was any doubt about that decision. I think VAR had to check it, but it was conclusive. The camera doesn't lie, and I thought the referee was right. And there on cue is the half-time whistle. So no goals, but we've had a sending off. Chelsea hit the bar earlier on. Fulham then came close through Caballero, but the main talking point at the moment was the red card of Anthony Robinson as he slid in on the far side on Cesar Azpilicueta. Could have broken the guy's leg, to be quite honest, and Frank Lampard's team have now got a numerical advantage which they'll look to exploit in the second half. No goals, frustration for Lampard, but it's going to be a tougher half-time tea talk now, I would have thought, for Scott Parker than it was for Frank Lampard. Lampard could probably sense an opportunity here now that Fulham are down to 10 men. It's a real shame, really, but those challenges, I'm afraid, when they're done so wildly and so off-kilter, you can't defend anybody for that. Right, we're going to take a 15-minute break. We'll be back well in time for the kick-off of the second half, but at half-time here at the Cottage, as we leave you for 15 minutes, it's Fulham 0, Chelsea 0, and Fulham down to 10 men with that sending off. 0-0 at the break, and we'll be back for the second half. Welcome back to the second half here at Craven Cottage, where it's 0-0 currently between Fulham, who are down to 10 men, and Chelsea, who will now feel that their chances of winning the game are much greater statistically now. But half time is usually when the moments where managers usually earn their corn and earn their money. And that's the hope Scott Parker has to take away with him now. Back to the bench down right in front of me here for in good time for the second half. Chelsea have just about come out here. So 0-0, but we saw that sending off for Robinson, so that right on the stroke of half time. So that might play into Frank Lampard's hands, but sometimes in football, let's not forget that it can be a damn sight difficult to play against 10 men than 11 men. So it's going to be probably some slight tactical formations, which we'll tell you about as we get underway in the second half now. Chelsea have got the numerical advantage. Can they press it home? It's difficult. It'll be difficult for them. I'm not certainly been there or thereabouts. Anyway, here's the Fulham side. Aragoa, Adebayo, Anderson, Aina, Sambo, Harrison Reed, Tete, Muckman, Caballero and Bobby Reed. Of course, they're playing with 10 men with the sending off. Chelsea with Mendy in goal, Chilwell, Silva, Rudiger, Azpilicueta. Here is Azpilicueta, ball pulled back towards the edge of the area, shot comes in. Mason Mount, Jorginho, Kovacic, Pulisic, Giroud and Ziyech, and a free kick's been given for offside to Fulham. So just to confirm, Fulham have had Robinson sent off. He was sent off in the 44th minute of the match, and it was an awful tackle, it's got to be said. It was one of the worst tackles I think I've seen for a long time commentating this season. But let's hope for something spectacular in the second half. 0-0 is the score. Saturday night by the river Thames, and it's 0-0. The ball back to the goalkeeper once again. Now it's out to Azpilicueta, and the ball's booted out inexplicably there by Thiago Silva. Miscued it, and it's a throw-in deep inside Chelsea territory to Fulham. What an opportunity this is now for the Cottages. Remember, playing with 10 men. Can they produce a performance of their lives in the second half? They know they need 3 crucial points here today, just to keep themselves in the title hunt. Don't forget live commentary here on this channel. Then tonight we've got Russ Vernon up at Leicester, and that will be a very good game as well. So don't forget, foul there against Harrison Reed. And we'll be going through all the scores a little bit later on. So 0-0 is the score as we approach the 3rd minute of the second half. Azpilicueta has the ball, finds Thiago Silva now just jogging towards the halfway line, plays it out towards the left hand side, and Antonio Rudiger. Now Chilwell, back to Rudiger again on halfway, and still 0-0 here. Live commentary of this 5:30 kickoff here in the Premier League, live from Craven Cottage. Here's Mason Mount, will be presenting the later game here, and then going over to Leicester for in time for the kickoff, which is going to be 8 o'clock tonight, folks. So a long couple of streams here for us, double header, and then the big one at Anfield tomorrow. Sort of a dress rehearsal for that FA Cup 4th round game next week. Shall be an absolute cracker. We'll have 3 maybe 4 more FA Cup ties bringing you next week as well. Some more Premier League action, but obviously we've got me now hopefully going back part-time YouTuber. It's going to be a little bit more sparse of the commentaries as the season wears on, of course, because I'm going to go back to sort of part-time YouTube, because I'll be working 32 hours in a day job. So Well, we've all got to earn money. This, you know, more money I make, the more I can spend on upgrading facilities for YouTube. 0-0 is the score, and it's a good ball in there. Chelsea going for the kill, and a shot comes in at the near post, and it's well turned away for a corner by Arbeloa. Ziyech with the shot that goes, I think, almost in there. It was well, it was purposely close to sneaking in at that left-hand near post, but Arbeloa couldn't take the risk. He kept very well at Tottenham on Wednesday night. He did really well. Here comes Ziyech's corner, and it goes, and a header was won, but it might still break on the right-hand side. There was a header won, but it's nodded towards the right-hand touch line, and here is Chilwell coming in from the right-hand side. It must have just dragged over to the right a little bit, and then the ball hooked back towards Mendy, who hasn't really had a significant save to make. Fulham's best chance came through Caballero with 3 minutes of the first half remaining, and then when just as they were getting on top in that game, in the game really, Fulham, they got the red card, and what a blow that was for them. Here's Azpilicueta now. Can he keep things ticking over nicely here for Chelsea? Azpilicueta gets the ball again. Plays the ball into Mount. Mount does well. He's inside the area. Right hand side. Mason Mount does well. Ball back across, and it's a scramble, and Giroud can't finish. And it was tremendous defending, it has to be said, from Fulham to keep Giroud out. Lovely play on the right hand side. Mason Mount, lovely skill here. Takes on the defender. Beats him once, twice, 3 times. Gets the cross in. Oh, and Giroud knows that was a great opportunity. This was the other chance again. There might have been a cause for a penalty there, maybe. Well, maybe by Caballero. Referee wasn't interested. It is a corner. Mount takes it from the right hand side, and the ball goes towards the goal. And in fact, Thiago Silva got a touch, and he knows that was a great opportunity. Fulham, I say goal kick. Referee says corner. Not sure whether that deflected off a Fulham player or not, but it's another corner. VAR don't check these things, they're not clear and obvious. Here comes the corner, Mount with it, into the 6-yard area it goes. It comes out for Fulham, it comes out their way, still 0-0. They're hanging on game with Scott Parker's men, it's got to be said. Kovacic now has it for Chelsea on halfway, finds Thiago Silva, who's come back from that previous corner. Still 0-0 here at the Cottage. Remember, Robinson sent off on the 44th minute mark. And here go Ziyech again into Azpilicueta. Azpilicueta now towards Rudiger. Chelsea really laying siege to this goal. New Caton's back, well in time for the second half. You missed that red card, of course. Well, you saw heard the red card. Remember, Robinson booked a minute before half time. Silva has possession midway inside the Chelsea half. Oh, the Fulham half. Azpilicueta from the right hand side wins his team a corner off the defender there. Adebayor, and a corner it is now to Chelsea. Was there? Well, this was the opportunity again. The goalkeeper actually got a fist on it, and again pushing and shoving all over the place. Another Chelsea player went down, which I didn't see initially, but referee's got to have eyes in the back of his head in these situations. Ball comes in from the right hand side, and it's headed goalwards by Giroud, but it's straight into the arms. It's a tame header, and it was easy really for Arbeloa to grab hold of it and just deflate any real worry at all. So we're now deep inside. We're into the 8th minute of the second half, and still no score as yet in this crucial Premier League fixture. Ziyech now has possession, gets the ball back again. Ziyech now runs about 15 yards with the ball, tries to lay the ball in, but it's knocked away once again. Still 0-0. Remember, Fulham with a win could go within 1 point of Burnley with a victory, but it's going to be hands on deck for them, I fear, in defence in the second half, unless they can launch an attack, and they've got an opportunity to do just that now with Aina, who's charging forward. Aina might try the shot, he does, right footed, but it's over the top into Rhodes' head of the empty stand. And a goal kick it is to Chelsea. But good lightning counter attack by the Cottagers, the 10 men Cottagers. AC Milan are top. In fact, they've got to play on Monday, I believe, in Serie A. Juventus play tomorrow. And they're starting to gain a little bit now. They've got Inter Milan, in fact, in that league as well. That's going to be a a key game. But Milan of all the ages, and Zlatan certainly enjoying his football even at the age of 40. Really enjoying himself and looking as lean and mean and keen as ever. He does look a tidy player. This is Pulisic now on the ball, trying to lay the ball in, and Azpilicueta is free. And now a chance now for Ziyech, and can't get Azpilicueta in that time, and the ball is out of play. Coming up towards 10 minutes of the second half in the Premier League here at Craven Cottage. It's Fulham 0, Chelsea 0. And a good match in progress here. Just needs a goal to light the blue touch paper in this West London derby. A very fierce West London derby. Just to go back to the head-to-heads at the start. Play 28. This is the 29th meeting in Premier League history. Fulham just 1 win. Chelsea 17 and 10 of them drawn. At the moment, it looks like we're going heading for a draw number 11 in the whole time Premier League head-to-head. Unless Ziyech can score from about 25 yards range with his left foot, which he can't. He can't keep the shot down. And he intended to ball out right then from up no hours. And then couldn't get my words out then. Anyway, enough impressions there for Mark Wright, and it's still 0-0 as I talk to you at the moment here in West London. 0-0 is the score at the moment, and it's been a good watch. Really has been a good sort of game. It's a shame that the referee. It's a shame that the red card happened when it did. It was a good moment really for. There was having some good moments for him at that particular point when the red card came about, and it was a real shame that that had to happen really. But there we go. And Russ I'm really jealous of him at the moment. He's having a nice lasagna for tea at the King Power. Hope you're having that with a nice cup of Bovril. Well, not Bovril. You can't have Oxo with lasagna, can you? Hope you've got a nice cup of Tetley tea. Well, the teas are available, of course. He probably coming from Yorkshire, he probably drinks the Yorkshire stuff. Horrible stuff it is. No disrespect to Yorkshire folk, but Yorkshire tea is not my favourite tea. Proud Lancashire and all that. Anyway, Rudiger is being fouled off the ball and a free kick. Remember, Fulham playing with 10 men. That red card in the 44th minute to Robinson. The difference. Now, just to remind you, folks, the man of the match vote, it will be 4 minutes away from opening. All you've got to do is, as follows, type the name of the player into the live comment section. That's to the right of the screen. And then you type in the hashtag. It's important you do it. Hashtag JBMLTM, please. And the player that gets the most votes by the end of the 90th minute of normal time, when the clock strikes 90 minutes on the clock, we close the vote and announce the winner. Whoever has the most votes simply wins. If it's a tie on either side, if it's a draw on either side, then both, it will be a shared award. If it's a draw between one player between two players, one each from the opposing side, then I will make the casting vote. But essentially, we want it to be won on your votes alone, and not need me to handle it all. Anyway, 0-0, so that's what you have to do. I will tell you when to vote from the 60th minute onwards, and when that 60th minute mark is hit, then I'll announce the opening for the man in the match vote. Meanwhile, here in the 57th and 3/4 minute, and that's play on, says the referee. No foul there. Chelsea going forward. Azpilicueta now down the right. Azpilicueta playing the ball into the penalty area where Mount is there. Azpilicueta is on the overlap. Gets the ball back. Thiago has possession. 58 gone. So 2 minutes from now, the man in the match vote will open in earnest. As the ball is played into the area again. Still 0-0. Chelsea still can't find a way through at the moment. Chilwell will take the throw in. Level with the 6-yard box of Fulham. 0-0 is the score. We've only had the one goalless draw thus far this season on JB Sports on any of our live commentary streams, and that was the game at Brighton between Brighton and Burnley. And here comes Azpilicueta once again. Leicester Southampton tonight at the King Power Stadium. 8 o'clock start. Here's Ziyech with the left footer shot. It gets a bit of a deflection and it will go for a corner. 58 and 3/4 minutes gone. Still 0-0. I'm sure Russ will have plenty to say. He's allowed to vote, even though he's prepping for the game. He's listening to the game, and I'll have the similar chance to vote when on his and Trevor's games a bit later on. As Mount gets the ball into the penalty area, flicked on, and it's flicked wide. I don't know who got the touch there. I think it might have been Jorginho, I think, who got the touch there. Hard to say. No, it was Aspilicueta, actually. I just noticed the captain's armband there as he was running back towards his mark. We just joined us late. Fulham 0, Chelsea 0 is the score, but there has been a red card just before half-time. Robinson sent off a minute from half-time for a reckless challenge on Cesar Aspilicueta, which could have quite easily, when you look back at the replay later, watch it on Match of the Day later tonight, you'll see what I'm talking about. It is reckless, it is petulant, it is one of the most horriblest challenges I think I've seen all season, and it could have easily broke Cesar Aspilicueta's leg. It was just really bad timing in. It's a shame for Ron Robinson, who really impressed me at Tottenham the other night when I covered the draw at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. It was a real shame from his point of view that had to be that way, but that's the way it happens sometimes. Anyway, still 0-0 here. And Chelsea have hit the bar. They've come mighty close on a couple of occasions. Arola's had to make a save. Best chance falling to Cavallero 3 minutes from half-time. But Chelsea have been the better side, but just can't break this stubborn Fulham defence, which is showing a bit of fight and a bit of character. Something that Burnley didn't even dare to do at West Ham today when they lost so tamely and so limply by 1-0. I'll be ranting about that a little bit later on. I'll be recording that when I come off air in about half an hour's time. Man in the match vote is now open. Name of the player, and then hashtag it with the hashtag JBMLTM, please. Right, back to the game, and Mount trying to play the ball through on the edge of the area. Ziyech keeps the ball in. Finds Mount, back to Ziyech, right hand side, back to Ziyech once more. Lovely football this from Chelsea, but at the moment Fulham have brought all 10 men back behind the ball. Remember, they're playing with a man down with that red card before half time for Robinson. Cross comes into the penalty area towards the far post where Ziyech was waiting on the back right hand post and hooked away once more. And Caballero, who missed that glaring opportunity before the red card incident, loses possession. And here's Thiago Silva on the ball. Midway inside the Fulham half. Now Mount bounces towards the penalty area. Goes down. Referee Peter Banks decides no foul. Play on, says the aforementioned referee. Caballero back. Loses possession. Again, Peter Banks is happy for the game to continue. Ball played in there. Pulisic is in behind, but I think he's offside as the ball was played, and he could tell by Giroud's grimace, in fact, it was Giroud who was offside. And a free kick it is to Chelsea. We've got to see Tammy Abraham maybe come on. Other scores from today: Leeds 0, Brighton 1, Wolves 2, West Brom 3. And yes, I don't really want to say it again, but I'll say it. West Ham 1, Burnley 0. Not a good day for the Clarets. In this game 0-0, and then to come after this one, Southampton's trip to Leicester, which Russ Vernon is happily away, took it into a nice lasagna. And no doubt, well, he's a great. Well, we all our commentators are lovers of great food on JB Sports. We love Italian food. I must admit, Italian food is the tops. I was scoffing a pizza in JB Towers this time last week, whilst listening away to Trevor's commentary. We have a pizza shop round the corner called Mario's, and he provided us with a nice big 12-inch ham and mushroom pizza. Meanwhile, in the football, what a chance for Giroud, and he knows that was a great opportunity. The flag had gone up from James Mannering on the near side, and well, don't tell him, Pike, but that was offside. I couldn't help but use that phrase, but anyway, it's wide anyway, and offside, and James Mannering putting the flag up like his namesake, Captain Mannering. Anybody who's an older persuasion, you know what I'm talking about by Captain Mannering, Dad's Army and all that jazz. Right, anyway, back to the real world and the football, and looks like Tammy Abraham's going to come on for Chelsea. We don't know who's replacing yet, but we'll find out in just a second. But Chelsea are really looking to hammer home this possession at the moment. They just can't seem to finish. And it begs the question, well, Timo Werner or Kai Havertz come on at any point this evening? Well, we'll just have to find out. Kovacic has possession now for Chelsea. Threads the ball, but it's well intercepted there by Adamola Lookman. And he goes forward, and there's a free kick on halfway to Fulham, which will leave a little bit of tension there in their ranks. Cavallero, the man that was penalised. We're going to see that Chelsea change, and we're going to see Tammy Abraham, as I say, come off. Lampard just shuffling the pack a little bit, and who's coming off there? Who's coming off there? Let's have a look. Well, we'll get it confirmed in just a second, but Tammy Abraham is on. Jorginho has been sacrificed, so he took a defender off, or took a defensive midfield player off, and he's put another attacker on. He knows, played 10 men. Free kick was wasted. Goal kick, it is. I think Aida was tried audaciously from halfway to catch Mendy off his line, and he missed by about missed the goal by a long way there, well wide at the end. Near the corner flag did the goal. Fulham have to file back because Chelsea are back in play and back in possession along with the ball here. Still 0-0 with 65 minutes gone. Remember the ban of the match, name of the player please, plus the hashtag JBMLTM. You've got 25 minutes to vote. I'll keep constantly reminding you until you find a thing. So get your thinking caps on while you're listening to this. That's Workway back in field to Thiago now to Kovacic, and now to Pulisic now running at all comers. Chilwell now on the left hand side. Can they produce a goal here, Chelsea? They've got extra firepower with Tammy Abrahams on. Can Mount produce something now? He's played the ball in. The ball comes in towards the far side, and oh, what a chance with his first touch inside the penalty area for Tammy Abraham. And he got a header in, virtually unchallenged, but he's headed it, unfortunately, straight at Arbeloa. It may have been actually touch and goal, maybe for an offside call, maybe. But nevertheless, it was a poor header straight in the arms of Arbeloa, who was positioned perfectly. Still remains 0-0 as we go into the final 25 minutes of the game. Still 0-0, and can we see a late finish here, a late surge maybe from Chelsea? Remember, this is not the first live commentary we've got. This is not the only commentary we've got lined up tonight. We've got Russ waiting to start at Leicester for Leicester Southampton. Here's going to be the man at the Kit Park Stadium as the cross came in from the right, and I think Pulisic gambled inside the penalty area by the far post. It was Pulisic, in fact, yes. Lovely football again, and it was Ziyech who had the left-footed cross from the right, and Pulisic was half an inch and getting his foot to it and maybe giving Chelsea the lead against the 10 men of Fulham in this West London derby. And Lampard knows that was a big chance, and remember, he could do with a win as well to ease the pressure on himself if the tabloid press are to be believed. Lampard is not just wanting to win the match outright, but to save his skin as far as the job's concerned. It's a poor goal kick from Arbeloa. Didn't get too far. And back Fulham. I've got a free kick there. Infringement of some kind. I couldn't really tell what it was. Just probably just a little push and shove job, I think. Something like that. But anyway, it's a free kick taken quickly by Fulham, but probably a little bit too quickly. Oh, well, my goodness me! What a mistake! That could have been a mix-up there. And in the end, Zambo could not take advantage as he tried to shot. It was blocked with Arbeloa completely out of his goal. It was a mix-up between Mendy and Azpilicueta. Let's actually see what happened. They were caught out from the quick free kick here. Azpilicueta here playing the ball back. I don't know what he was trying to do. And Caballero had the shot and it hit Thiago on the chest. Really silly from Chelsea there to almost concede a sloppy goal like that. Fulham get a throw. Played in there again, and I'm sure every Burnley fan's hearts were well in their mouth because they'll be cheering on Chelsea for victory there. But well, Azpilicueta and Mendy, I don't know what Mendy was doing coming so far out there, but oh my goodness me. Still 0-0. Ball played in from Fulham now, all of a sudden having a bit of a go. The 10 men having a real goal. Lookman now plays the ball in there. Chances here now. Harrison Reed with the shot, and it's well carried in this time by Mendy. Good confident goalkeeping, and the 10 men have suddenly come to life in this Final last couple of minutes or so. Remember, JB man of the match. Name of the player, please. And then you hashtag it with JBMOTM. Yellow card given for a late challenge there by Bobby Reid. And before people start asking, yes, I know he's Bobby Dickakora Reid, but we're shortening it to Bobby Reid just because of the fast nature of radio commentary. This was a foul on Ben Chilwell, and he knew what he was doing there, Bobby Reid. Referee Peter Banks jolly on the spot once again. So Bobby Reid in the book. 20 minutes almost to go. Don't forget the man in the match. The ball played in towards Abraham, but the goalkeeper catching across there, the left hand, crossing for the left hand side as well. Name of the player. Hashtag it with JBMLTM, please. And remember now, also that's a big blow for Fulham because Bobby Reid now is suspended for the next game against Manchester United in midweek on January 20th. So that's a big blow offside against one of the Fulham chaps. And off we go again with the 3 kicks. Still 0-0. Great performance this from Fulham. They're defending really well. Ziyech has possession. Ziyech back to Azpilicueta. Have Chelsea got 20 minutes to break Fulham hearts? The gap between Fulham and Burnley at the bottom of the table would stand at 3 points. Here's Mount. Played in there once more. Can Chelsea unlock the door? They've still got substitutions. They've got Kai Havertz and they've got Timo Werner to come on if they need. Free kick has been given to Fulham. Remember, down to 10 men. That red card for Robinson. We've only had 1 goalless draw in JB live commentary this year. And that was that 0-0 draw at Brighton. Although Trevor tried to count the cup tie last week, but we count extra time in these results. Not just 90th minutes. Anyway, here come Fulham again. Chelsea, Robert. Abraham. Azpilicueta, right hand side. Oh, that was a poor cross. That was a really poor cross. And a little bit of a shoulder charge there by one of the Chelsea lads. A yellow card again. Referee now handing out more cards than Clinton's at the moment. It's a foul there by... I'm just seeing who it might be here. It's Ziyech who's been penalised and booked. It was Adam Lookman. He barged well truly out the way, quite frankly. Free kick to Fulham as we now go into the final 18 plus stoppage time. Remember the man of the match. JBMLTM. Hashtag it. Name of the player. Hashtag it. JBMLTM. Please get your thinking caps on. We need all your votes in by the 90th minute, please. Ball into the penalty area from the free kick, but it's well dealt with by the Chelsea defence. Abraham has it on the right hand side. Battering there with the defender. Harrison Reed takes the throw in for Fulham. Looked a Chelsea throw to me, but here comes Caballero now for Fulham. They're just having a good spell. That surely carried out. That looked out of play to me. That looks conclusively out of play there. I don't think he kept that in. But anyway, Fulham now being penned back. Abraham now looking to charge the kick away from Abaloa. Amazingly, it's still 0-0. The 10 men really digging in well and almost come close to scoring themselves. From a bit of a mix-up between Azpilicueta and Mendy, the goalkeeper. But still, it's goalless. Let's hope that we get a goal just before the end here. Earlier today, Wolves 2, West Bromwich Albion 3. That was the game we were originally down to do. Also, earlier today, Brighton winning at Leeds. And also, Burnley limping to a 1-0 defeat quite conclusively against West Ham. Antonio, the goal scorer. Mopal scoring the goal at Leeds, incidentally, for Brighton. Big win for them. Ziyech tries the shot, hits the defender. Might have hit his own man as Chelsea, there's a former player gone down injured, but Chelsea not wanting to stop play at the moment unless it's an head injury. Now Fulham put it out. Now the Fulham player can receive treatment, and it's Harrison Reid. I wonder if it was an head injury because he's looks like his head there, but we're going to see Timo Werner come on, the big German. He's done a couple of cup goals last week against Morecambe in a 4-0 win. And we're also going to see Callum Hudson-Odoi as well. So Lampard playing the cards. And these are the last 2 cards he can play. So there'll be no game for Kai Havertz at this point. This looks very concerned there for Harrison Reed, and Fulham already a man light. Do not want to be missing out on this. Might have been the back of the year actually. He's pointing there. The physios know what they're doing with the old magic sponge and all that. See what happened then. Oh yeah. See, it's just an accidental collision there, but yeah, it hurt. That must have hurt. Man, Giroud now has come off. Well, he hasn't really proved it tonight. He's had 2 or 3 good opportunities. Ziyech has also gone off. And Giroud has obviously gone off as well. So gone on as well. So we're now into squeaky bum time now. Can Chelsea make the advantage tell? Remember, name of the player for man of the match, and then you hashtag it with JBMLTN. Come on, let's get some man of the match votes going. Sometimes on YouTube it can be a little deceiving. We'll just see what. No, nothing yet. Come on, guys, get voting. You've got just over 15 minutes. I don't really want to be choosing man of the match. I've got enough on me plate with the commentary and having to prep for presenting duties later tonight. Go on, give this young broadcaster a bit of help. Good ball out towards Aspilicueta. Gets the cross in. Gets the ball away. It's still 0-0, and the ball has been kept in there by Caballero. Caballero does really well. Brings the ball forward. Still 0-0. Quarter of an hour left to play here at Craven Cottage plus stoppage time. And Fulham have gamely played on with 10 men and done well. Russ has made the first bid. Mason Mount, man in the match. That's his first vote. The first vote is for Mason Mount. Do you agree with Russ, or do you agree that someone different wants to win it? Name of the player, JBMLTN. That's Russ for you. He's setting the standards, as he always does nearly every live stream that we do when he's not commentating on. And he'll have that burden of voting for man of the match taken off his shoulders. In the next game, we'll be bringing you on a new stream at around about 10 to 8 this evening. Stick with us for that. We'll be back. We'll be over in Leicester with Leicester versus Southampton at the King Power Stadium, and Russ is almost ready to go. We'll be there in just about 20 minutes from then. As well. So here's Vernon now keeping possession on the far side. Still 0-0. If you just joined us, Chelsea are playing with 11 with one man more because of Fulham's Robinson. Mount is also Kevin's choice for man of the match. Our resident New Zealand resident and big Crystal Palace fan. He reckons Mount gets man of the match. So 2 votes for Mount. Do you agree with the 2 guys, or do you agree entirely different to their idea? Anyway, name of the player, hashtag it JBMLTM. 2 votes for Mason Mount for man of the match. Looking a landslide so far. Hudson-Odoi now, right hand side. Fresh legs from the bench. Does really well. Checks his man a couple of times. Still Callum Hudson-Odoi. Gets the cross back. Chance here on the far side if he... For Chilwell. Chilwell now tries to get the crossing from the left hand side and it comes away. Still a chance in there. Mount shoots and he scored. Mason Mount has scored for Chelsea with 13 minutes to go. And it's no more than what Chelsea deserve. They lead the West London derby. And Mason Mount, who's looked an absolute streaks, in my opinion, the best player on the field tonight, has scored the goal. And it was made here by the not giving up here. Goalkeeper really flapped at it. He's flapped it a couple tonight, Araloa. And it's cost Fulham here, big time. And I'm sure the cheers will be heard as far north as East Lancashire right now, because the gap will stay at 4 points between Fulham and Burnley at the moment at the bottom of the Premier League. That could be a damaging defeat for Scott Parker's side, and they played so well even with 10 men, but it was a question of time really that Chelsea had to make that numerical advantage pay. And Mason Mount has scored the goal that could be so crucial. And Caballero, who missed a chance at 0-0 when they had 11 men, comes off. Mason Mount, actually, that's only his second goal of the season. I don't know whether it's come on now for Fulham. And he gets his first touch, but he gives it straight away now. And Chelsea have got Fulham just where they want them now. And Fulham's own petulance and stupidity really has cost them today, really. Because they were playing really well up until the red card. And then Arao's moment of madness by flapping it across has cost them there. And you could just tell, if you were watching this on television and listening to the commentary here, you could just tell there on the goalkeeper's face, he turned away and punched the air in absolute disgust at that. And he's played so well, but he has flapped at a couple tonight. And he's made one flap too many, I'm afraid. And that could cost Fulham a big 3 points for them, or even a point. A point would have been so precious for them. But at the moment, the gap is going to stay at 4 points. That's good news for Burnley and good news for Brighton and Newcastle. They're right above that relegation trapdoor at the moment. Free kick, Chelsea, which there'll be no hurry to take. 10 to play. Do you agree with Russ and Kevin's choice for man of the match? You've got 10 minutes to vote. Mason Mount is leading by 2 votes. Name of the player that you want to see win our man of the match award, and then you hashtag it JBMOTM. Keep voting. You've got 10 minutes to go. And it's a landslide so far for Mason Mount. I think if we had a poll for villain of the match, I think Robinson might be up there with that tackle. One of the most horriblest tackles I think I've seen for quite some time in any sort of football. Whilst describing the play, certainly up there for a real horror challenge. But at the moment, Chelsea are on course for 3 critical points here in their quest to get back in the hunt for a European place and give Frank Lampard a bit of respite. And what a win it would be for him. Here's Mount now crossing in from the far side, and he's had a super match. I think he's been the real difference between the two sides thus far. But don't let Russ or Kevin influence you anyway. You think a different player, or even a foreign player that might have played well, deserves man of the match. Just do what you feel is right. But as long as you hashtag it with JBMLTM, like the two lads have done, then fair dues. Your vote will count. 81.5 minutes gone. Fulham 0, Chelsea 1. And we stay at 1 goalless draw this season, and that was the game at Brighton. Thought we were going to get another one tonight. That would have been typical of the luck, wouldn't it? We got another 0-0. But at least we've got a goal to bring you tonight, and hopefully we'll bring you some more. Thiago Silva's fouled Lookman as he was breaking his way through the centre, and picks up a customary yellow card. It was a clear professional foul on Ademola Lookman, and Thiago exactly knew what he was doing. And the yellow cards are piling up in this game now. That's another one for Chelsea. I think that 3 or 4. Fulham have reacted. A double substitution. And it looks as if it's going to be 23 Brian replacing Bobby Reid. So Bobby Reid has gone off, and Brian is the man that's come on. Oh, in fact, it's Kamara, sorry, that's come on, and Brian is also on. He's also replacing. Let's see if he's replacing. Reid. Aina has come on, and it means Harrison Reid now. I think he's been given some instructions there, or a captain's armband of some kind. Anyway, free kick into the penalty area. He stuck something down his socks there. I don't know if that's allowed. Anyway, here's Lookman with the ball in there to the penalty area, but it's an easy one really for Chelsea to clear. 1-0 it is the score, and to Chelsea. Werner on the chase now as the ball was passed back to the goalkeeper. Not a good kick there, but it's hooked away there by Brian. And now a chance now for Rudiger to get the ball back. And here comes the effort over it goes, over the halfway line. Blicked on there, and good control there by Lookman. Now Reid. Reid gets the ball forward. Back to Lookman once again. Lovely football this from Fulham. Looking for this equalising goal, which would really give them a precious point. Can they get it? And oh no way through there. Hudson-Odoi takes possession and gets it back again. It's Callum Hudson-Odoi, gets the ball over towards the far side. Werner's waiting. It's Werner now for Chelsea, but his touch was a little heavy, and it allowed Fulham, Anderson, to get back there for Fulham. And here comes Zambo, but he's losing possession. And well won again, and here goes Kovacic now, and a chance now. It's a bit behind him here. Werner, it's on the area. Chance here for Chelsea to wrap it up. Ball back towards Abraham, whose first touch was absolutely shocking. Absolutely shocking there. And in the end, Fulham get off again, get away with it again. So that goal for Mason Mount looks like deciding the game. We've had 84.5 minutes gone. 5.5 to play. 1-0. Russ Vernon coming up for you at 10 to 8 with commentary from the King Power Stadium. Leicester Southampton. Two of the overachievers so far in the Premier League's top echelons collide here at the King Power this evening. Full commentary of that coming your way in a little while. 5 to play here in the West London derby. Fulham 0, Chelsea 1. Remember, Manchester United's away trip to Liverpool is also live with us tomorrow with Trevor. Coverage starts at 4:20 live here on JB Sports of the commentary from Anfield. We'll be presenting the match from the studio. What a match that's going to be as well. And then on Chris's channel in the virtual world, Raven West as well. And then back to Trevor again Friday night. Friday night is Trevor night. It's virtual football night, and Trevor's Sports will be bringing you some virtual FA Cup third round games, and I'm sure there'll be a few shocks aplenty, but I'm not going to tell you much more than that. You'll find out next week. And of course, if you haven't seen last night's episode on Trevor's Match of the Day, I'd suggest you go and watch it after you've heard the game with Russ as well on Trevor's YouTube channel. So we like to counter cross each other's commentaries, if you like. So Fulham 0, Chelsea 1 is the scoreline here. Great news if you're a Claret supporter, a Seagull supporter, and a Newcastle supporter, because Fulham had a real chance tonight with all the scorelines as they were. But at the moment, it's good news, and Burnley will be relieved somewhat that Fulham haven't taken advantage of their slip today. So the gap's still going to be at least 4 points. And I think that could all rest on that big relegation battle at Turf Moor now between these two sides. They haven't found a date for that match yet. Burnley, I should also tell you, have 2 games in hand as well. Anyway, here come Fulham again, looking for this late equaliser. 3 minutes to go. Kamara has it. 47. Kamara with a shot, and it's straight down Mendy's throat. And Burnley got a slight deflection, but if it did, it was the slightest of nicks, if I'm being totally fair with you. So 3 to go, and what a match it has been. It looks like Mason Mount could be our man of the match. You've got about just over 2 minutes to change the voting for that, or you just want to extend Mason Mount's lead in that's fine. Foul there on Aspercutter, who's certainly been in the wars there, and a yellow card coming out from referee Peter Banks, who's done really well tonight. I have to say the referee's been very good, and yeah, definite yellow. 1 foot this time instead of the 2 that Robinson quite rightly got sent off for earlier on. I don't think there was much doubt about the sending off. Even the most staunchest of Fulham fans, or the most well-stinted of Fulham fans, would have to concede that was a completely, utterly clear red card. It was so avoidable, that challenge from Robinson. And the funny thing was, he had such a good game, and I really enjoyed listening to him, watching him on that left-hand side on Wednesday night when we did Spurs against Fulham, and it was a real revelation. But tonight he's been far from a revelation thus far. And well played, Pulisic. They're dispossessing Zambo. Chelsea look like going to win number 18 in the 29-game Premier League series between these two sides over a 19-year period. Unless Fulham can find something spectacular in the last sort of 1 minute 15, 85 seconds of normal time still to go. Plus there'll be a fair amount of stoppage time. I would say, I'd have guessed maybe 2, 3, maybe 4 minutes at best. I don't think there's been too much in the way of stoppages. Just the one big injury really to Harrison Reed, which only took about 30-40 seconds to get going again. I have to say the referee's giving it every possible opportunity to it to flow, and you know, only though we might have only had the one goal in it tonight potentially, but the entertainment value that these two teams have really put on, even with 10 men, I think Fulham have played really well. It's just one moment of hesitation from the goalkeeper and a moment of madness from Robinson that's ultimately going to cost them 3 points tonight. And Fulham have done what they could do, but it's always hard when you're playing against a big team with 10 men. Here's Pulisic, now it's back to Mount, who looks like deciding the match, and Mount's shot hits the defender and spins behind for a corner on the left hand side, where the vote is now closed, and the winner, without a shadow of a doubt, is Mason Mount. 5 added minutes. Well, I don't know where Mike Dean got the 5 minutes from. 3 or 4 I thought might have been more there, but 5 minutes it is. So still half a chance for the 10 men to grab something from this game as Chelsea take the corner, and they keep it in the corner. That's been kept in by the corner quadrant on the near side, and that will be a Fulham ball almost down below us here in the commentary position, in the scaffolding and the building site. That's the new main stand being built here at the cottage, right by the River Thames, and you can feel the waters, calm waters here, but it's stormy waters that Fulham are sailing in at the moment, real choppy waters at the moment, but it's calm waters for Chelsea. 1 up and a man up, and here's Werner. Werner now takes on his man. He's got Chilwell on the overlap, the former Leicester City man. Back to Mason Mount, and here's Pulisic to Werner. Werner now. Oh, and this looks nice. Calm waters for Chelsea. Lovely control into the penalty area. Pulled back to Werner. Azpilicueta with a shot, and he hits it over the bar. There may have been a block in there, maybe. I think it's a goal kick. I thought there was a deflection. Well, it's very powerful lights here at Craven Cottage. Let's have a look from behind the goal. Well, I'm having a look from behind the goal. Let's have a look on the replay. Oh, he scuffed it. He scuffed it by a long way. I don't even think it was hitting the target, quite frankly. But there we go. 1-0 to Chelsea here at the cottage. We've played nearly 2 of the 5 minutes. 3 minutes potentially still to go of the 5. Looks like it's away win. It's an away win for Chelsea, and a good away win at that. And the pressure will be eased somewhat on Frank Lampard. Really, their team started 10th tonight, but they've certainly been they've certainly done really well, and they've made that one-man advantage does far count. They've had some airy moments. Caballero's come close a couple of times, and there was almost a mix-up which let Lookman in as well, but I think they've just looked a little bit off the pace. I think they used up a lot of willing running at Tottenham on on Wednesday rather, but they've got a throw in here, level with the 18-yard box of Chelsea. Can they launch a late onslaught here? A long throw into the penalty area, well dealt with by the Chelsea defenders. Reed keeps it alive, finds Brian. Brian gets the cross in towards the bar post, and well defended again by Chelsea. And here's Pulisic now on the break for Roman Abramovich's men. Frank Lampard's team look as if they're going to get 3 crucial points here, which will help their difference. But here goes Lookman. Oh, he's tagged there by Azpilicueta, and he's going to pick up a yellow card as well. So Cesar Azpilicueta is the latest man in the book. Another professional foul. Chelsea making a little bit of heavy weather towards the end. Less than 2 minutes of the 5 to go, and even that's questionable from Mike Dean's point of view. I think he's the sort of referee or a fourth official or a VAR referee that likes to live on the edge of drama. I do say he's one of the showbiz type of referees that we have in this country. But anyway, here comes the free kick into the penalty area towards the far post, and it's headed away again. And now a chance. A chance once more, and it's onside, and Werner's clean through. He's only one-on-one with the goalkeeper. Can Werner keep his head? Werner for two now. Oh, he's missed it. Can you believe that? Timo Werner with the goal gaping. He's one-on-one with the goalkeeper, and he's put it wide. Well, that could have announced him properly as a Chelsea player, and a good one at that. Clean through, and all he had to do was stick it past Arbeloa and into the net. We're inside the final minute. I suppose when it plays the price tag, he's got another chance now. Werner's inside the area, big chance, but well covered again by the Fulham defender. He's had two chances in about 30 seconds there, Timo Werner. But I think he should have stuck that one away, absolutely for sure. If he'd have been playing for Red Bull Leipzig, he would have put that away in his sleep. There's no doubt about that. Well, I think because of the price tag and everything, all the burdens that go with being a top Chelsea player, it's affected him a little bit, that's for sure. 10 seconds of stoppage time to play. Chelsea, regardless, looks like they're going to get 3 crucial points. Unless Fulham mount a late charge right at the last knockings. Ball back to Mendy. Mendy, that's good confidence there shown, and he's found Chilwell. We've played the 5 minutes and there will be no more, and what a result that is for Frank Lampard. And he's got a little bit of a nice smile on his face, but my word, they made heavy weather of it. Playing against 10 men, they move up to 7th now with 29 points. The goal on 78 minutes from Mason Mount winning the day. Fulham had a man sent off a minute before half-time, which didn't help their cause. Chelsea also hit the crossbar. Caballero had Fulham's best chance, but it was not to be their day, and the gap between 18th from Burnley and 17th, who limped to a horrible defeat at West Ham, not far from here, across London. Well, he stays at 4 points. Chelsea now up to 7th and not far off a Europa spot, and probably within biting distance of a Champions League place. Scott Parker having words with the referee. He feels that certain Chelsea players were over-egging it a bit, but I don't think if he's complaining about the red card that this player got, I don't think he's got much cause for complaint, because it was petulant, it was silly, it was horrible, it was two-footed, it was dangerous play, and I don't think you can defend him for that. But a good result nevertheless for Chelsea, and Frank Lampard needed that result. His job with the tabloid press, to be believed, is supposedly under threat from Roman Abramovich. I'm not sure how true that is, but what's more, his team showed character, they showed guts, and when they played against the dogged 10 men of Fulham, and let's be fair, they played very doggedly Fulham with 10 men, they showed that grit. And Mason Mount, who was definitely our man of the match, I don't think there was much doubt about it. I would have voted for Mount as well. He was the best player by far. When he struck the goal, I think there was only going to be one winner, and that was not Fulham. But great camaraderie as the teams, fist bump at the end of the game. All eyes will be on Anfield tomorrow for that big one with Trevor, as he covers Liverpool and Manchester United for us. That will be at 4:20. We'll be live 4:20 for 4:30 kickoff. That's next Sunday afternoon, live only here on JB Sports. Live commentary with Trevor. We've got Russ Vernon coming up in around about 15 minutes now. Well, after you've had your swim on the beach, join Russ in about 15 minutes, or a bit later on perhaps, for commentary of Leicester City and Southampton as well. So that's what we've got coming up for you in the next few days, and I hope you could join us then. But for myself, JB, have a fantastic we'll see you again in 20 minutes with the next live match that we've got coming for you, Leicester versus Southampton. For the moment anyway, we'll end the stream here, and we'll be back with a brand new one in 20 minutes. Don't forget to join us then. But for now, take care, and we'll see you soon. Bye.